I don't know if it was just me, but I had a rough time with this episode.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for RuPaul's Drag Race. This is All Stars Season 5, Episode 3. I don't know. I just had a rough time with this one. I like the end. The end drew me back in, but this episode just... we're going to talk about it. Listen, the girls were gagged at Chez beating Alyssa. They were like, okay, so now Chez has an X on her back. There's no nicer way to say it. Old Chez Kool-Aid got an X on her back, baby. They're looking at her like, get this bitch out of here, honey. And that was truly the feel of the room as far as I was concerned. Alexis Mateo basically put out there, she ready to rumble. She's really ready to rumble. She's got a fire up underneath her. And I was like, okay, come on up. Yeah, it's pageant girl. We found out that Angina's elimination was pretty much unanimous throughout the room. Everybody was ready for her to go. So I was like, wow, you know. Everybody, same thing. Everybody felt like she gave up. So Cracker was questioned about how she had approached Angina early in the day, last challenge. And Cracker was saying, no, I'm not playing a game. You know, this, that, and the other. I wasn't trying to get in her head. Honey, and mayhem was given. Girl, I call bullshit. Flat out. I call bullshit. Alexis Mateo was given, no, ma'am, you're lying, honey. You were playing a game. And Alexis... because she got a little thing about Cracker. She ain't feeling Cracker. I was like, ooh, okay. And it was like you could see it. Like you could see the thickness in the room when it comes to Alexis and Cracker. I was like, all right, we'll see. So, Ru comes out. We go Maxi Challenge. Listen, I have to tell you all, I literally couldn't stand this whole Maxi Challenge. I thought it was very boring. I had a hard time with this. I did more than one sitting. With this episode. I did more than one sitting. I didn't watch it straight through. I was very bored. I don't know. It could have been me. I don't know. You all, leave it in the comments. What did you all think? Was this one kind of boring to you, or did you enjoy it? This was boring to me all the way up until we literally got to the runway. I was like over it. And then I literally just did not agree with the runway. I didn't agree with the judges with the runway. I was like, ooh, I'm having a hard time here. Anyway, Maxi Challenges. Shantae, enjoy your stay. They had to basically design a resort room and experience. Ru picked the teams out. It was Cracker, Mariah, and Chez was team 1. Juju, India, and Alexa was team 2. Mayhem and Blair were team 3. Shortly after they got the challenge, all this mess with Alexis and Cracker came to a head. And Alexis just kind of blurts out, girl, so you don't respect me? And Cracker's like, huh? Cracker was having a conversation with Chez. Alexis just kind of blurted out, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Alexis, are you playing a game trying to get in Cracker's head and make her uncomfortable? What's really going on, y'all? Child, when Alexis told her, she said, girl, a lot of the girls talk about you behind your back. I could be one of those. I could do that, but I'm not. So I'm just telling you to your face. I think you play head games, this, that, thing, and the other. Honey, Chez got in her confessional, was like, no, Miss Alexis, girl, are you playing head games, honey? I said, a little bit. I think it's a little tactic, honey. I was like, ooh. So, listen, we went through this whole thing. Team 1 did a whole Golden Girls thing. Team 2 did this leopard print thing, and it was horrible. And they kept saying, "Arr." I was like, this is corny. It was camp, but it was very corny, and it wasn't holding my interest. And 3 was like the worst, Gold and Rich, and it was very camp and corny. I didn't like it. Of all of them, the one that did hold my interest was Group 1. I was like, okay, I guess. And that was strange for me because, you know, most folks love Golden Girls. I just thought the Golden Girls were just okay. Like, I was never in love with the Golden Girls. I didn't watch that show like that. I thought they were funny. You could watch them if there was nothing else on, but I wasn't turning the television on to watch the Golden Girls. They're just okay to me. I was like, okay. But that skit held my interest where the other ones didn't. Rue comes out. Baby, I hated that dress that Rue had on. I don't know what that was all about. And usually when I have an issue with what Rue's wearing, usually I always be like, child, her hair. I didn't even like Rue's hair this time. What was this? That real big roll. I wasn't feeling none of this. I love the sides. I just hated that big curl right up front. It wasn't off to the side. It wasn't. You know, her makeup's always flawless. But that dress was horrible. That dress looked just like the rugs, the bathroom rugs. I didn't like that at all. I didn't even know what it was. I don't even know what the designer was going for with that one. The color palette, all of it. I hated it. Anyway, it was just a bad episode. I was having a bad time. Anyway, runway. 3 looks in 1. 3 looks in 1. Listen. Jujubee, Blair, Sinclair, and Mayhem. Now this I was excited about. I'm like, I love a reveal, honey. All 3 of those were just like, India killed it. India had this whole 3-piece houndstooth situation going on. It went from a dress to a jumpsuit to a bodysuit, and it was fitting India like a glove. Like a glove. I thought it was very sharp. I really did. I started having fun when we got to this part of the runway. Mariah, same thing. Mariah's was velvet. It went from a runway look. It was like a furry jacket with the helmet. It was like very runway. Very runway. Then she took the helmet off, threw the jacket off, baby. It turned into a party dress with draping down the back. She walked the runway and then rolled it, baby, and it fell into a whole gown, and the whole front part was all stoned. I loved it. And it was like chocolate colored. I was like, come on, Mariah. And it was very Mariah. Everything about it. All 3 looks were very on point with her character. It was very Mariah. I loved it. I loved it. The judges did not care for it. And Michelle Visage will say, girl, I'm sorry, but taking off a jacket is not a look. You're lying, Michelle. The jacket was a look. It was a complete different look. When she walked out with the jacket and the helmet, you had no idea that by the end of it, she was going to be wearing a gown and not leave the stage. So I disagree. It very much was a look. She went from runway to a party look to a whole full-on gown with a train and the whole 9 yards. So I definitely disagree with Miss Michelle Visage on that one. Just like when me and her disagree about that green. You know, she will try with the girls because she don't like green. I don't never agree with that. She makes me cuss her ass out. So, no, I don't agree. I liked Mariah's. Alexis had a whole circus theme. It was cool. Cracker, hers was real. It was cool. It started off as a Fabergé egg. and then it went into a gown and then something else, you know, a bodysuit or whatever. It was cool. Shea Coulee, I got my life off of. It was a whole anime Comic-Con thing going on, and she had like the body paint, and it was real avant-garde, and it was, I liked it, and it was very like a futuristic moth, and it had the pop wings. I liked it. They said that it was a little crafty. That was Ross. I disagreed. I like what Chez did. You know, I live for Shay's creativity and Chez sews and stuff. So I didn't find it crafty. I loved the look. And I'm not even a Comic-Con kid like that. But I loved what she did. I really did. I liked it. I was like, I got it. I don't know what their problem was. Anyway, overall with everything, Jujubee was the winner. They didn't like the skit either. They didn't care for the Golden Girls skit. They said that it was kind of boring. So I thought the rest of that shit was boring. But I was like, okay, whatever. Again, I was just having a rough time. So now I got back on board when we got to the end. Juju was the winner. I don't really care about that because I thought it was all kind of, so it didn't make me no difference. We got India, Chez, and Mariah in the bottom. Baby, the lip sync assassin was Monet Exchange. So I was here for it. She looked so cute. She really did. Baby, then they was doing Juice by Lizzo. I was like, oh, this is over. This is done. Before it even got started, I was like, this is done. And it already has started that they were trying to get Chez up out of there, honey. It was like, you could see it rolling. I was like, oh, they getting ready to try to do you, Chez. They get ready to try to do you. These whores is trying to get Chez up out of here, honey. I said, let's see how this goes. Monet literally slayed Juju. And it was sad because Juju didn't even try. She didn't even try. Juju threw the lip sync. And I don't care what anybody says. She threw the lip sync. Monet didn't even do all the stuff that she usually do. She didn't have to. Because Juju kind of just threw it. And here it was, Mariah ended up getting eliminated. I said, But I'm waiting for next week's episode. I got a sneaking suspicion. I believe that Juju had Shay's lipstick. I believe Juju was getting ready to do Chez. I really do. You know, Juju's a little bit of a bitch when you let her loose, honey. I want to see. I'm going to be really interested to see what happens next week if she'll tell. But I am willing to bet money that she has Shay's lipstick in her titty. Anyway. All right. Oh, and the guest judges was Martin Lawrence, Vollard, and Nicole Byer. It was this episode was just kind of like, it felt filler, like a filler episode. I lived for the end, but like I said, Juju threw it. Anyway, I was just glad to see. I guess I was glad to see Monet. That's basically what it was. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll catch y'all next week. I'm sure it'll get better because this has been fantastic. So I'm going to let this one slide because it has been literally, the show has been up here thus far. So we're going to let this slide like it didn't happen. All right. I'll talk to you guys next week. Later.